xTool recently sent me their newest, latest, and greatest laser to make some videos of and try out and see how it worked. And all I'm gonna say is this is the laser that I have always dreamt about. It's just amazing for a diode laser. I'm going to do the unboxing at the end of this video. I just thought I'd show you a couple quick starter projects and stuff to get going. But anyhow, you can see it came packed extremely well, just like everything that they sell. And they also sent me a honeycomb accessory, and I will tell you, if you buy this machine, it's definitely worth getting this accessory. It is the best honeycomb I've ever used, and I just love the magnetic clamps and everything else. Now this does have a upgradable diode too, and it's fully enclosed and vented, and I'm hooking it up to that air purifier that I was sent with the P2, and you can see I've got it on that stand that I built years ago for the first World Tour. And it does have a multi-stage air assist pump that's fully automatic, and my laptop crapped out a while ago, and I decided to just make up a fake laptop for this. I got another one of those little B-Link boxes and a 27-inch 4K monitor because my eyes are going, I've lost all my nearsightedness since cataracts and needed something big, so this was the cheapest way. And I'm going to dedicate it to this machine to keep it as a portable unit there. So there you can see it's just beautiful. It's enclosed. Everyone comes with this xTool Creative Space software, and I will tell you that I actually am starting to like this better than Lightburn. Much easier to use with these xTool machines, and it's just so simple. And I mean, even there you can see you can go in and set up the multi-stage air assist just like on the P2, where you can have different amounts of air and flows for engraving or cutting. And also the Wi-Fi in this works good. I hooked it up immediately. First you plug in the USB to set it up, and I've been using it on Wi-Fi since, for the most part. And there it is. You just click on Wi-Fi. It's on my network, all set, ready to go. Plus it works with my app on the tablet. I'll show you that in a little while. It's just an amazing machine, and I grabbed one of my old artworks, and this was just a couple minutes after I unpacked it to just try a test engraving here, and you can see it doesn't take long to get going on this. It's got fully functional autofocus, and the good thing about this is, like all xTool machines, everything works out of the box. It's just unbelievable. And I did resaw some thin cherry and ash and walnut for projects now I'm going to do. So I figured I'd start by doing a Christmas project. This is a manger scene I had done previously, but I had a couple other people that wanted them, so I decided I'd try this. This is a piece of 8mm thick cherry that I resawed and cuts it like butter. I did some test cuts there. That filter works great. Absolutely, I'm not getting any smell at all. I can't believe the airflow on this machine. It's quiet. The only thing you hear is that filter running when it's running, and you can pretty much see in the videos absolutely zero fumes come out there. You can watch them kind of flow to the back. So they did a really great job on designing this enclosure. And this is the one thing that I've always said about any laser that you buy, and you've seen I built an enclosure for every one I got. And this is a safety feature that shouldn't be left out, and they've really done a great job at incorporating it. And this 40-watt laser actually cuts 8mm like nothing. I did a little overburn to get it deep because cherry can leave some sap on, so I'm just gonna go back and sand it a little bit and then finish it. But you can see it came out beautiful. Burned about a 1/16 of an inch deep there, so nice deep burn. And nice, even, consistent. I like the color of the burn too. It really came out a nice color. And there's a little stand I'll super glue on the back once I sand the black off it. the first project, a couple seconds, and I did play with my tablet. I haven't done it on my phone yet, but I've been able to actually do jobs from my tablet, which is pretty amazing. It's like a fully functional creative space. Once you go into it, you load the app up, you find the laser on the Wi-Fi, and then you can go in, you can edit, you can draw, you can do photos. It's just, pretty much the same that's in the creative space. So this does also work out of the box perfect. So, pretty amazing how, great an experience it is with all these xTool machines. Then there's a autofocus that works 100% of the time. And all it is, it's a little probe. It goes on the side of the laser head there. It probes the material, then it probes a known height, and subtracts the distance, and your focus is set. It takes like 2 seconds to set. And then for the work area alignment, you just move the laser to one corner of it, and then move it down to the other corner. And each time you hit the button on the front of the machine, and you can see in the software, it tells you, how to do it and follow through. And once that's done, you set it up, and there you can see it's that box on the screen that comes up, so you know exactly where your work area is if you're gonna, center on it. And I just grabbed an old picture that I scanned in. That's me when my 2-year-old birthday, and my sister up at our cabin in the woods. So. It's an old one. Wasn't I a cutie back then? And anyhow, I'm just going to see how an engraving works. I've been wanting to do this one for my sister for a while. And presets there, that work pretty good. I might tweak them a little bit, but this is just out of the box I'm doing this. So you can see as a creative space, you just click on it, it processes it, and then it sends it to the laser. And when it's at the laser, you just have to hit the button on the front, tells you, and you're off. Really, that xTool creative space really makes everything so simple to do. I really like it. And this is a piece of Baltic birch plywood, 1/8 inch, that I'm just playing with this on. So I'll cut it out there now next, and you can see the machine did a really great job for an old scanned in photo, and I'm very happy with it. I still might play with the settings a little bit, but an instant gift in a couple of minutes. It really didn't take that long. So that was another quick project. I thought I'd just go through some quick uses that I did right out of the box to show you. Then I grabbed an old piece of slab wood to do the surface mapping, to show you how this can actually autofocus to a surface just like the P2 laser can. And I use that crosshair there. It's nice to be able to just move it and use it for lining stuff up. And then you go in the software and you do a contour measurement, curve measurement setup. And the software walks you right through everything on this, so it's really easy to use. So first you take and you set it up, and you probe the first spot, the high spot, and then it measures that and goes back to that known thing and gets a good accurate measurement. I really like this mechanical measurement better than the electronic sensor in the P2. And then you go down to the other corner of it, get that crosshair where you want it, and click the button, and it probes at the height there. So it's kind of got an idea of exactly where you're going to put your artwork, and also where it's going to measure. And again, nice mechanical measurements that are going to be 100% every time. Then a screen opens up in the software, and you just click on it, let it measure once you set up the grid. This part is slow when you're working on curved surfaces. The measurement and actually even the engraving is much slower because you're running a Z-axis now also. But you can see once you start this, you can walk away and just come back when it's done. And that probe is just an awesome feature. It works perfect every time. And should anything go wrong, it's just stuck on with magnets, so you won't hurt it. You'll just keep on going. And there it is, comes up on the screen as each probe it does. It fills the box. And I just, it's just such a simple method of doing it, and it works good. There is no other diode laser in the world that can do this. And right now it's I've got about 1.5 inches of clearance that I can work with, but you can remove the bottom panel and put it up on spacers also. Or I think there's going to be a standoff stand for it too eventually. But once you probe it and set the area, you can go back, and I'm putting text in there, and then you get easy to frame and just start engraving. So this is just such a simple machine to use, and as I've said a couple times already, the safety of it is just amazing. The airflow of it is perfect, and if you're just working with wood like I am now, you don't have to vent anything outside, I don't think, if you have that xTool filter. So I got my settings a little bit hard here. I mean, I'm engraving probably about 90 thousandths deep, because it's just sapwood, and I didn't think about that. But actually, it came out really good for my first try. No problems. Everything came out what I expected. A little bit of overburning, but I just have to sand it off. It's so deep, I can just clean that up. And it's from the sap in the outer wood there too. You can see it built up, but came out beautiful. And like I said there, it's, if your machine can't do this, it's time to upgrade. Then I always have people ask me, okay, will it do stainless steel? And I had a piece of polished stainless steel, and I put some text on it, and if it can do it, you'll read this at the end. If not, there'll be nothing there. And I used the stainless steel settings, and there it is. Beautiful, really beautiful job it did. Nice finish on the surface. Doesn't seem to be deep in there or anything, but it really did mark it nice. So really pretty amazing what this machine can do. And there's going to be other lasers coming that can do other materials too. But basically, I just wanted to show you a quick first look and my first thoughts about this machine. And now we can get back to the unboxing. Okay, so I pulled this old stand out that I built for my first Tour laser that I got a couple of years ago, when this all started, about 4 years ago, I think. And I'm setting this new machine on there. Perfect fit. I couldn't believe it. Just fit perfect. And as you can see, these xTool machines, they come packaged really good to survive shipping and give you a good out-of-box experience. Well packaged in foam, and then some plastic there to keep scrapes off it and dust out of it. And there's little tags that tell you where the tapes are that you have to pull to unpack it and open it up and stuff. But pretty much, really, this machine is a nice light machine compared to a CO2 machine too. So one person can actually pick it up. Well, I had to get help because I can't pick up now after my surgery. But it's lightweight. It's easy enough to move around, and I'm going to keep this as a portable unit on this stand, I think, so it can be rolled around. Everything else packed inside of it, they're packed well. And xTool does include a material package with it to get started, so you've got something to work with right away when you first open it up. Here's some I'll show you what's in it in a little while. And they also do include a good manual to get started, and also there's always a lot of information and videos online on their site to get you going too, because this is basically, when I got it, it was a pre-release product, so it needed software updates and firmware updates and everything when I started it up, but that only took seconds. Now, as with all their machines, they include enough tools to to put it together and get going with, and they also include some lubricant, because you do have, you know, these machines have to be lubricated and cleaned, but this is a much simpler machine than a CO2 to get started with. If you're not going to do clear acrylics or a lot of glass, this is definitely the way to go. You know, if it's mostly wood, I think, and stone and stuff like that. So everything was in there, and then stuffed in the bottom are some slots. Now these are slots you can lay in the bottom if you don't buy the honeycomb. And I'm going to tell you, if you spend this much on a machine, spend a little more and get the honeycomb. It's definitely worth it. And then there's some blocks of foam stuffed in there with the power brick, just kind of a standard power brick. And then the laser module, the heart of this machine. It's a brand new design, 40 watt laser module that I got, but they're going to come in different wattages from the factory, and also there are going to be different laser heads available in the future for like IR for different metals and stuff like that. So, you know, you really have to keep up with their website to see the new replacement heads that'll be coming out. And this is like the most advanced 40 watt, most powerful 40 watt laser made right now. It does have a hookup for the air assist built into it, and one plug to get it running. That's it. 2 screws to screw it in place. Really compact unit, and I'm sure it's gonna, you know, it worked amazing. Now when you get started, they put little stickers in there and tell you which blocks and screws have to be removed to use the machine. So there are 2 blocks you have to pull out, remove, so that the slides will move. And you move them, and then you can pull that out there. And I'll show you in a little while. I did have one little problem with this, but you can see this does have a nice Z in it. And to hook the laser up, it's super simple. Slip that air assist line on and just plug in that one plug there. So that's it. And then you just drop it down in the holder there, the Z, and put 2 screws in, and you're done. So, you know, really, this is a quick machine to get started with. And then there's that little sensor for the focus. That just goes on the side with a magnet there. And it just slides up and down, and, you know, when it has to go down and probe, you can see it hits that little thing that releases the magnet, and it drops. And again, the honeycomb slides right in there. And this definitely is an accessory I'd say you want to get with it. Right now, xTool has some really great deals with the whole package, so you might want to look at that. I'll put some links down below. And this has the best hold downs ever. Now, to get started in the back, there's a key that you have to plug in. So this is one way to, you know, stop it from being used by someone when you don't want it used, or from a kid accessing it. And then on the back, you have to remove this grill. I don't know why they put this grill on here, because you're always going to want a hose. You always want to vent these things. Vent them or filter them. And you just take the screws out. That accessory that they supply with it goes right in there, and you use the same 4 screws to mount it. So that's it's really simple. Now first I grabbed the old xTool air pump I had, and I was going to use that one, which you can plug it in there, but then I got a new one I'll show you in a second. And these are those slots that come with it, and I'm going to say buy the honeycomb. That's all I'm going to say. Now I had a problem when I first started it up. I got everything ready, powered it up, and the head would move to the side. It just clicked, and you heard it there. And then I looked in there, and it looks like it must have got banged in shipping, because that 1 week, the 2 wheels on the bottom were actually off, and the head was twisted a little in there. So I guess, UPS doesn't handle these things that great. So I just pulled that little spring off the top there, popped it back in, put the screws back together. So, that only took a couple seconds to fix, and everything moved again nice. So if your head doesn't move freely when you first open it up, just just loosen those screws up on that spring and pop it in. Now in the materials kit came a piece of black acrylic. I think this was a heat transfer of some type, and a piece of plywood, Christmas ornament. I think it's plastic. A little stainless steel dog tag, and a coaster to get going with. So, you know, you do have some things to try and work out your settings on. Then a couple days after the machine arrived, actually this arrived in the mail, and it's the new air assist for this. It's a simple plug and play. It just plugs into the machine, and it's 100% controlled by software. You just set it on auto and let it go. And I will tell you, it does have a really great volume and is quiet. It does have a filter in there to give you extras. So you just have to set it on auto, and it only comes on when you need it. Or you can, you can set it on manual too, and use it for other machines. But, you know, definitely leave it on auto and let the software control it. That's where the xTool Creative Space software is so nice. So that just plugs in the back. All you do is you plug in this one cable here for the control of it, and plug in the air line in that top there. And there is also a fire suppression system coming out too that plugs in the bottom, but I don't know much about that. So that's basically the whole setup of the machine, and you know, as you can see, it only took a couple minutes to do, and it was really simple, and everything came really well packed, so you know, it doesn't get damaged in shipping too bad. And this is just an awesome new machine with this new laser module. So I just wanted to give you a quick first look at everything and how it works, and you know, a couple projects I started with, and like it says there, if you don't have a diode laser that can do that, it's time to upgrade to a S1. This is the best diode laser ever. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.